Okay. What is up? What is up, everyone? Yeah, here we are. Gonna be back to playing some Spyro Reignited Trilogy today. So let's get to it. Switch my monitor's display. My other monitor's display. Oh, that's not right. That's not right either. There you go. Mm-hmm. How's everybody doing today? Mm-hmm. We went to Cliff Town last time. Peacekeepers and Cliff Town. What's another? Oh, the other Shem. Dr. Shem. Is there any others? Oh, wait, what's that over there? Night Flight. Oh. And Dry Canyon. Okay, let's go for Dry Canyon. And then Dr. Shem. Remember, Timmy, remember to record the eggs and the dragons you rescued. here that... Oh, yeah, I just stopped. He stopped for a second, and I just stopped for a... Oh. Who's that? Okay, now I can just rescue the other dragon. Rescue Conan, the barbarian.
What? Huh?
Huh?
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Like, that's not. Wait a minute. That's not even That's not even This is Conan. Thank you for releasing. Huh? What? Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Yeah, the KATC. Right. 2350. Welcome to the stream. Oh no! I kept falling in on accident. Oh no! I forgot to dodge. Wait. Oh, I almost touched it. I almost touched the dragon. Boris. Yeltsin?
Dry Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
I almost touched the dragon. Another dragon up there. Yeah. Yeah, it's too bad that Yeah, it's too bad that Stuart Copeland is not going to return for Spyro Realm Beyond. Because even in the Reignited Trilogy, he wrote the new main theme for the game, and he helped Stefan Vankov to redesign, remaster, re-record remix the original Spyro trilogy soundtracks. Oh, this mod. If I were to get the Reignited Trilogy on PC, it would be mainly for mods. I ordered.
Is that you, Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about? Ever since you were a wee puff of smoke, we've known,
You've known...
I forget.
There we go. Okay. Gotta get up there. Get there. Ah. I need a key. I get up there. Hey, Sparks, can you get up there for me? There. Okay. There's a key. Oh, I missed that one gem. It's over there, but I need a key for that. Oh, over there. Oh, yeah, there's the key. How do I get there? How do I get there? Get there, get there, get there. Oh, too short. Gotta be like a... I think this is one of those places where I could fly around from jump one area, glide around to the corner. I hope Sparks is still in Spyro Realm Beyond. Can't be a Spyro game without Sparks. I'm not looking at you, Skylanders. Wait, no, that's not it. Darn. I think I'm a little bit too far from that fish. Seriously, how do I get over there? I keep forgetting how to do that. Oh, still short. Sam! To the building. Oh, no. Never mind. Wrong Sam. What's up, Sam? Just chilling today, playing some Spyro Reignited Trilogy, and I keep forgetting how to get over there. Oh no, wait, oh, what? Just started playing Sly 1. I have not played, as far as I can remember, I have not played a Sly Cooper game. I have the old PS3 remaster on PS3, but I've never played it. I gotta get around to playing it sometime. I think I barely remember seeing it commercial on TV way back in the day. There's support on PS5 now. It's the game that made me obsessed with trophies. Oh really? I didn't know there's one on PS5. How do I get that dragon? Over there. It's free with PS Plus, or you can get for $10. Oh, nice. I gotta check that out later. How do I get up there? I'm trying to figure that out again. Shut up! I'll get you, you crazy kid! Is that the same? Oh, no, yeah, that's the same one. Wait. What the hell? Oh, there you go. I knew something like this. Something like this. Maximus! Maximize!
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled with a pinch of salt.
Number 23, Michael Jordan. Forget LeBron James. There we go. And there we are. All place is complete now. Dry canyon. Okay. Let's get to it. Let's get back. Let's go home to the next level. Dr. Shem. It's more doctor than Dr. Phil. My cousin used to have the PlayStation Vita. I don't know whatever happened to it. I remember he usually just go on Twitter with the PS Vita. Okay, back to heading over to Dr. Shem. Okay, here comes Dr. Sham. No, no! Turning a battalion of nerds. Sorry, lady, in this case, a spoonful of sugar does not help the medicine go down. Rondo.
Dr. Shem thinks he's so cool. You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I tell you one thing, he should watch his back.
Oh, just one dragon? There. I think I'll record the boss battle just in case. Because I forgot if I did that the last time. Oh wait, before. Bring it on. You may be Dr. Shem. You may be Dr. Shemp, but I am your Doctor of Doom. Get him to turn around. Oh, wait, there. No! Okay, that's embarrassing. Hold on. Wait, did I hit... now I forgot. Did I hit, Oh, I did hit save. Hit record. Sorry, Spyro. Gotta do this again. You may be Dr. Shemp, but I'm your Doctor of Doom. I have a prescription for a fire whooping, for a scorching on your rear end. No, not again. Not a break again. Okay, one more time. For real though. For real now. You're Dr. Shemp, but I'm your Doctor Doom. And I've come bearing a prescription for pain in the form of scorching the rear end. Doctor. Ooh, you almost got me that time. Come on. Ah, you got me that time. Come on. Come get some. Oh. Okay. Ooh. There you go. One shot. Still more. Missing 7%. doorway there. Oh, here. And there's that. There's a dry canyon. There's Dr. Shem. Oh, where's the flight? Night flight. No, not this time. Hope I'm not missing any other levels aside from the night flight and such. Challenge levels. Ah! 8 chests. Ouch! Too close. Oh yeah, I think it's this level that I think it's this level that I think it's this level that took me hours, like what, 5 or 6 years ago. Hmm. No. All in one, zero. What? Hey, what's up, Mark? 5 out of 8 arches. Oh. going backwards. Oh man. Trying to keep on doing this over and over. It's like how you do this in one go. How you just figure out to do this in one go. Darn it. No, oh, come on. Trying to figure out the perfect route in like one go. It's like how you even do that without looking up a video. Oh, see, oh man, that was heading into something, but now I'm taking the long way around. Ah, now he's stuck at 5. Have a good day at work, Mark. No. Ah. Mm. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. And this keeps getting me. Maybe I should turn to the right next time. No. I can't figure this out in one go. How do people figure this out in one go? Always, I just have to keep on watching videos on this. Can't get it down in a few goes. how long have I been streaming for? 1 hour and 16 minutes. Okay, you know what? It's just a little shorter than I wanted, but I'm gonna have to end the stream here. Well, not actually. Actually, let's not quite. Let's not end the stream just yet. But we're going to be stop. We're not. But we're going to stop playing the Reignited Trilogy. Let's see if there's something Spyro related we can watch on YouTube before we end the stream. Ugh. Oh yeah, like this one. Let's watch this video before we end the stream.
Okay, so with Spyro Realm Beyond coming along, I wanted to ask the question that I know can be
I want to replicate the kind of I want to replicate the kind of angles for the microphones like this one.
equivalent to handling the demon core, but I have to ask, should we see Cinder in Spyro A Realm Beyond? Let's talk about it.
Whoa!
Wait. I know, of course, this is based on the Canadian national anthem, "O Canada."
Beyond. Let's talk about it.
Whoa!
Oh, Canada, our home and native land.
What's up,
I'm not Canadian, but I've memorized a good part of "O Canada."
guys? Canadian Guy here, and if you're a vet of the channel, you may have seen a video like this before. That's because I did do something like this similarly back during the Spyro Reignited days.
Yeah.
But that was also 8 years ago.
Almost.
And the people who originally watched it are either now adults or their backs hurt a lot more than it did then. Moreover, it's also
I know starting next year, my joints are going to ache every time I put pressure on it.
different scenario. Let's just cut to the chase. Should Cinder be in Spyro A Realm Beyond? But I want to make this clear so that people know what I'm talking about. I am not talking about just a reskin for Spyro. I am talking about her own individual character. Would she be playable? Well, let's just set that aside for a second and
No,
let's just get to her being in the game. Now, before I give my personal thoughts, I actually asked all of you over on a YouTube post and Twitter. And after combining both the polls, 73% of you said yes, and 27% of you said no. However, these votes also came with an incredible amount of comments that explained their reasoning, which I'm very thankful for because it paints a much more nuanced picture than just yes and no. Now, before I dive into those comments, I want to go back and make clear as to what my stance is in regards to Cinder. Cinder is a complicated character for me, so much so that the script that you are currently watching, this video that you're watching and reading, or however you're consuming this, has already been cut in half and set aside for another video, which I'll get to in a bit.
Oh, yeah?
But overall, I think Cinder has a lot of potential, and that could be easily ingrained into Spyro A Realm Beyond. But I just don't want her to just be there if she has no purpose. Her involvement in the new game...
Wrap up those fryers, because I'm sure hungry for one. Wrap up those gems, because I'm sure hungry for one serving the Dark Master.
should be more integral to the story, or at least a side story, and not just shoehorned in because she's a fan favorite. When we get this new game, if Cinder is advertised, but her involvement to the story is an equivalent to a cardboard cutout stand-in, I don't think anyone would be happy about that.
Yeah.
We do know Spyro is being sent off to a new and distant realm, so it's possible that there are other dragons that we will encounter that are brand new, so Cinder may be among them. But
yeah,
I
I could
digress.
imagine in this setup, I could imagine if like Spyro meets Cinder in this new realm, and then maybe when he gets back to, maybe when he somehow gets back to the Dragon Realms, Cinder could follow alongside him, or like maybe she's either like a prisoner or maybe another servant to the Scavs, and Spyro gets her to his side in one way or another. I could kind of imagine that.
Let's get to the summary of what many of you have said, and then the specific comments. On top of the thousands of votes, we had about 136 registered unique commenters. 73 of them were positive, 34 of them were mixed, and 29 of them were pretty much negative. Now, for the positive side, the overall sentiment is that she is extremely popular and a beloved Spyro character who has made an impact on the franchise. Some have suggested that she should work similarly to how Ratchet and Rivet worked in Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart.
Yeah.
Some also think that this being a new realm could be the perfect place and opportunity and timing to introduce a new dragon. However, there is a complete and total split on the type of relationship that Spyro and Cinder should have. Should they have a young, budding romance? Should they just be friends?
Yeah, I would rather that happen. Keep the romance to Legend of Spyro, but you can like you could like adapt her story from the Legend of Spyro in some way that will make sense to the original Spyro saga.
They be friendly rivals, distant siblings, maybe even enemies at first. This is the most widespread
maybe
opinion
like a mix
overall.
of that, like enemies at first, whether because she's whether because she's enslaved to the Scavs or whoever. Imagine like if Malefor is like one of the Scavs or something like that.
That is not even remotely close to being consistent. Now, let's start with the first comment. Victorian5019, for example, says, I like the thought of Cinder being reintroduced as a character that was from the new realm.
That too.
Either she's trapped there too, or she's from there. Either way, her not knowing Spyro from the start would be a good take on it.
Yeah, I would agree.
I do agree with this. Cinder shouldn't be from the Dragon Realms because, well, we don't see her beforehand. She should be from somewhere else, whether that's the realm that Spyro is stuck in or perhaps another where she's also stuck in that realm. But I do think that it gives a lot of room for story and growth. Next comment from Dark and Windy says, yes, she's an extremely popular character. Folks who only like the OG trilogy may dislike her, but she's a much more complex and interesting character than Allura or Ember in my honest opinion. Plus, in the Skylanders show, they acknowledge her and Malefor, so there's always a chance. I'm not sure if both Cinder and Malefor being mentioned in Skylanders gives them more or less of a chance, but the overall sentiment I'm getting is, hey, if they could show up there, why not in A Realm Beyond? I also think saying Allura or Ember isn't as interesting is a bit of an unfair comparison, because Allura was present in one game and in one cinematic in the third game, and Ember had like 3
One or maybe
lines.
2.
Meanwhile, Cinder was in 3
Oh,
games,
no, like in
was the main
Spyro
villain of
2,
the
she
first
had the
game,
high-
and was playable in the third.
Yes, Cinder was. Oh, Cinder. What's her name again? Allura was more involved in the second game, and then she only had like a minor cameo role in the third.
But I do agree that Allura and Ember aren't as fleshed out.
And imagine like if Cinder could be in Spyro Realm Beyond, like if she could meet Allura and the other friends of Spyro from the trilogy.
Especially Ember. Finally,
But not
Black
Ember.
Drifter says, if she works like Rivet in Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, it would be neat. She's just the Beyond Realms version of Spyro. Or heck, it would be neat to also just see her be the villain again. I didn't think Cinder being an alternate reality Spyro, personally. It's an interesting idea,
yeah.
but Crash Bandicoot 4 was already accused of taking ideas from Rift Apart, and while of course it was a sheer coincidence, making Spyro and Cinder's relationship exactly like Ratchet and Rivet may be getting too close to the sun at this point.
Yeah, they don't have to be. Yeah, Cinder doesn't have to be a female counterpart of Spyro from another realm, from another rift. Not exactly like that.
But an interesting idea nonetheless.
Skip the ads. So I'm watching this on YouTube, the YouTube app on PS4. I don't care.
Which now leads us to our mixed crowd. Now, I want to note, the mixed crowd may lean towards positive or negative, but they overall give a reason as to why they feel like this. Looney Laura, yes, the Laura, the speedrunner, said, yes, but I believe she would need heavy retooling to feel like she realistically belongs in what is supposedly a continuation of the original trilogy's world and lore.
I would say
Thing
so
is,
too.
I think this would end up disappointing a lot of existing Cinder fans. So is there a point to doing it? There is something dangerous that I do agree with here.
Yeah.
Conforming Cinder away from some of the really dark themes that were established in the Legend of Spyro games may not create the desired effect for her fans within A Realm Beyond.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a
a
big reason for
possibility
this
too.
that I will explain at the end of this video. Next up, we have BladeMan54, who said, I think there's room for her in this new continuity, but since this is the first Spyro game in around 8 years and the first one in 20, putting her in and justifying it in this game might stifle what Toys for Bob can do with their own new characters in this Realm Beyond. I think if they tease her at the end, maybe Spyro doesn't make it back to the Dragon Realms at the end of the game, his absence messes with either the Dragon Realms or all realms, and Cinder is sent to find him and correct things, as either an inhabitant of like an Aether realm with Aether dragons,
This is another.
or even just a dragon
This is
from the
another
Dragon.
interesting. This is another interesting idea. It's like, what if Spyro doesn't fully make it back to the r- to the Dragon Realms, and something like Cinder ends up going on a quest to find him. That kind of thing would be like a good twist, unexpected twist to at least a Spyro game.
Realms gives Toys for Bob a chance to do their own thing without over relying in expanded universes. Same reason I don't want to see Crash in this game. Spyro needs a time to shine with Toys for Bob doing their own thing before we start pulling from pre-established universes from the years prior.
It doesn't have to be like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, though. It doesn't need to be like that, or even Crash Bandicoot 4 with the multiverses and other dimensions necessarily.
Agree that we have to be
Josie
careful
Lover,
with balancing
hello.
legacy and new characters. Toys for Bob should have creative freedom to make new characters that we have never seen before. I do think that Spyro needs to be the star of this game.
Yes.
And an argument could be made that introducing Cinder could pull away from the fact that this is the first Spyro game in 20 years. Kicking the can down the road by making her a post-credit scene may be a smart way to go about it. Again, depending on the story and approach that Toys for Bob wants to take in A Realm Beyond. Finally, we get to Samuron8970, who says, "It really does depend on how they would handle it. Cinder is a special character to a lot of us, and you can't really divorce her from darker themes without losing things. That isn't to say her story can't be simplified. Skylanders Academy deciding to just make her Malefor's daughter gets to a similar result while sidestepping the themes of kidnapping and brainwashing. It was a good idea. The issue there was that they also didn't want to make her any darker than the rest of the cast. Cinder doesn't need to be dark as she was in Legends, but she does need to be notably more serious than the original 3 games to maintain her identity. I want Cinder back, not another dragon with Cinder's name." I feel like this comment is actually really strong and really close to how I kind of feel on the matter. And lastly, we get to the negative outlook. Liliana says, "No. Unless they are planning to merge universes, then they should stay in the TLOS trilogy and Skylanders, I guess, but I don't accept that as an actual Spyro series. Cinder glazing has gotten extremely annoying. I want Flame and Ember to come back instead, and the Elders."
Flame and Ember. Yeah, as long as we don't revisit Ember's attempted romance with Spyro, I don't like that. Spyro doesn't need an Amy Rose.
This kind of opens a deep lore question in the Spyro universe overall. This comment assumes that the events of A Hero's Tale actually happened in the original universe, which then brings into question Enter the Dragonfly. Did that game happen too? I also want to repeat what I said earlier in that Ember had very little screen time, but somehow Flame had even less. So I'm not sure I agree with this comment, but the overall comment does open a curious question about Spyro lore and the universe in general that I hope is at least answered in A Realm Beyond. The next question comes from Key Rift. I never played the Legend of Spyro games and personally never liked how somber/serious it looked from the outside. I would prefer to avoid that path if possible.
Yeah, it doesn't
now,
have
I
to,
want to include...
Yeah, it doesn't have to... Cinder in like A Realm Beyond doesn't have to be as dark as in Legends.
Include this comment because I think it brings a really important point from someone who did enjoy the original trilogy but avoided the Legend series due to the mood shift. This is a potential risk of introducing Cinder. That total mood shift was something that affected many fans, myself included. It's why I never played the Legend series on original hardware and only played them well over a decade after that they were released. I also remember specifically when I was working at my old animation job when this channel was actually starting to take off. I was in a conversation with a coworker where she said she remembered playing and loving Spyro, but got turned off by the darker tone of the Legend of Spyro series. She was in fact worried that the Reignited Trilogy that was coming out at the time was a remake on those games. Now again, I'm not saying this will affect every fan. I'm saying that it may affect some in the casual crowd who are looking from the outside in. And finally, we have Violet Nexus. No, it's best to leave Toys for Bob to make their own game without being shackled to the past. If she makes sense to be there, sure, but if it's just for gratification, then nah. I do agree, especially with the gratification part.
Oh, I already played
think Cinder is a really important...
I already played Spyro Reignited earlier in the stream. You can go watch the earlier on in the stream when this stream ends.
Character, and having her essentially be shoehorned into the game would just make fans overall not happy. And those who aren't fans of her, even though her involvement may be small, would be generally upset. Overall, especially after reading everyone's comments, I do think Cinder can be in this game, but she has to be involved in a very, very specific way.
Yeah,
there has to be space where it makes sense for her to...
Don't make Cinder feel like she's just shoehorned in just for the sake of having her there,
while also not rewriting and
doesn't have to go back to doesn't have to go back to the same type of dark tone in Legend of Spyro.
Creating her whole character. However, I do believe that there is a deep-seated problem with Cinder. In her current state, I do not believe that she would work for A Realm Beyond for a multitude of reasons. But I also believe that she is relevant enough and important enough to be included in the game. So I decided to sit down, figure out the problems with Cinder's original backstory, why they wouldn't work in A Realm Beyond, and most importantly, I believe I figured out how we could rewrite and include her without it alienating any of her original fans and her fans still enjoying this new story. And I'll be posting that video as soon as it's done on this channel. So make sure to subscribe to stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.
And yep, and I also have to say bye-bye to everyone after this stream. Thank you for coming to the stream, everyone. I didn't get to go through as much of the Spyro Reignited Trilogy as I wanted, but just as I said the other, yesterday with my other stream in the Star Wars channel, that that I'm going to be changing up this was it the Backlog Breaker series a bit, so that I don't have to keep on streaming the same games for multiple streams until it's finished before moving on to the next one. I can still play some levels in a particular game outside of the stream. So even if like with the Spyro Reignited Trilogy, I'm gonna treat it similarly to Backlog Breaker, that I'm going to try and finish the Night Flight challenge and any of the other challenges off stream before we go to the next Spyro Reignited Trilogy stream, that kind of thing, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna try and stream again tomorrow and even Thursday. The next stream will be back to Yuka Replayly. And I was just thinking about this just now. I'm waiting until that stream to play a new tome from Yuka Replayly, but I could also play other tomes too. So playing Yuka Replayly on stream doesn't have to last like a dozen streams or 8 streams necessarily before finishing the game and moving on to the next one. But yep. Anyways, thank you all for coming to the stream. Versatile Element signing out, and I shall see you in the next one. Keep on the lookout if you're on the Discord server, the private Discord server like Konga is. Just be on the lookout for when I stream again. Or just subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to know when I'm going to stream and upload again. When I stream and upload again. And anyways, one more time, Versatile Element signing out. Thank you for coming to the stream, and have a great rest of your day or night, and I shall see you in the next one.